welcome back to my channel. Alright, so today's reading is a what if reading. This was requested quite some time ago, and I know I've been dropping this for the longest. Thank you all so much for being patient with me on this, with this reading being released. This reading probably had more hold-ups than Kanye and his release for Donda. Shade on myself, shade towards Kanye. I am waiting for the release of Donda, which has been teased and pushed back several times at this point. But anyway, though, this is the what if reading on Malcolm X. It was requested. Shout out to the person who requested this. Thank you so very much. And I know you all have requested a lot of different people for me to get to. No, I have not stopped the what if reading series. I am still doing it. And yeah, I will continue to still do this what if series throughout time, months, whenever they pop up. So yeah, before I get into the reading, I'd like to thank all of you who are subbed to the channel thus far. If you are brand new, hit the sub button as well as the bell notification. I drop videos weekly. Also, become a patron of mine. I do exclusive giveaways just for the patrons. You can find that information in the pinned comment below as well as the description box below. When I get to 4,000, I am doing a giveaway on this channel, so make sure you are subbed. That's all you have to be, is a sub, and then I'll give you more details once I hit the 4,000 mark. Also, I have a second channel where I am not doing tarot, but it's still all esoteric and the occult and all that other good stuff that I'm going to be focusing on. So make sure you sub to that second channel. I will be dropping content very soon on there. You can find the link to that in the description box below or the pinned comment below. And to everybody who keeps me booked and busy, this is definitely part of the reason why these delays occur, which once again, it's a great problem to have. And it's not a problem at all. It's that good stress that I'll be talking about. So I thank you all who keep me booked and busy through private readings, coachings, and what have you. So if you'd like to book a private reading, a coaching, same day read, walk and read, priority reading, on the spot reading, all the readings I do, check the pinned comment below as well as the description box below to book that. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into our reading. All right, so the what if you all is based on, energy that I pull that come up, and just like the celebrity reads, it's based on your belief of, was this so? Could this have been so? Since, the person is passed on, so in respect to that person's energy and that person's spirit, this isn't, I'm taking what I get from spirit, what I'm allowed to pick up. However, though, it's not a definite, it's not factually recorded in history, because we don't know. But definitely, you all, I always appreciate when you chime in the comment section about what you believe. Definitely, if you've pulled cards, or other readers who've pulled cards, and and you feel like, that said that, or that matched there, you're always welcome to share your input. So feel free in the comment section below, and let's get into this reading. So I have one main question and other smaller questions. My main question is concerning Malcolm X's impact. I want to know, would he have had the same cultural impact had he survived his assassination in 1965? So he passed away on February 21st, 1965. I want to know, would he have had that same cultural impact? Because we already know when somebody passes, not to say that he wouldn't have been a very celebrated figure in Black history, in activism, but we know when somebody passes, when we feel like it's too soon, it's always a situation to where the person is immortalized, and it's like as if other figures in history don't exist but that one person. So let's see, we're gonna get the energy on that one. Shuffle somebody, shuffle the cards. Cards are flying everywhere. All right, so he was born May 19th, 1925, and he passed away just before let's see, it was 1965. So that would have been just before his 40th birthday. So he passed away at age 39, February 21st, 1965. He was assassinated, actually. So he passed, but he was assassinated. So, universe, I thank you for these channeled messages. We call them energy. X. How would his impact have been culturally had he survived? Would he have been as exalted? Would he have been exalted even more had he survived? Universe, thank you for your channeled messages. We need 2 cards. We have the King of Swords. Came out in the reverse. We have the 5 of Swords that came out in the reverse. Would he have been as exalted? You know what, you all? Something in regards to the energy. I feel like had he survived, he would have still definitely been a very strong figure of the civil rights movement in activism, but I feel like he would have taken a softer approach. I feel like there was more to be developed in his rhetoric. That's what I'm getting with that one. There was more to be developed in his rhetoric. There was more evolving with him. We have the Temperance card that came out in the upright. He had still been regarded as much as he was. We had the King of Pentacles in reverse. So what I'm getting is, once again, the energy of he would have still been a very prominent figure, very, very prominent figure, historical figure of the civil rights movement, someone who was highly regarded, but I don't feel like he would have been immortalized in the way that he had he survived his assassination. Universe, give me more information. Would he have been immortalized had he survived his assassination? Give me one more card. Would he have been immortalized? We have the Hierophant in reverse. So yeah, so in regards to his status, still a very prominent figure of the civil rights movement. Still heavily celebrated when we think of, you know, activism during that time period that essentially cultivated, you know, the blueprint and air of activism of what it looks like today. However, though, he would not have been immortalized in the way that he was with the cards that I'm presenting here. We have the King of Swords that came out in the reverse. We have the 5 of Swords that came out in the reverse. We have the Temperance card in the upright, the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Hierophant in the reverse. And the Taurus has popped up. He was a Taurus. So a lot in regards to leadership, we do have 3 major arcana. We do have, you know, energy of the leader with the King of Swords, energy of the leader with the King of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. But something about a softening of his approach, not a changing of his rhetoric, like a total 180, but a definite, like an evolving. That's what it was. I feel like his life was taken away from him too soon. He was on the verge of evolving his rhetoric, you know, seeing things and seeing life from, you know, more than one aspect. That's what was going on there. So speaking of which, that actually brings me to the question of, was he meant to pass at that age? Like, regardless of the fact, you know, that he was assassinated, I don't feel like it's anybody's destiny to have their life stolen away from them or to be violated in any way, shape, or form. You know, assault, what have you, homicide, that's nah. I mean, unless it's something like, you know, we talking about Ted Bundy energy and something like that. But once again, this is somebody who went out to violate. But in regards to, I want to know, was he destined to pass young? Would he have survived longer? And if so, universe, can we get some time frames? So universe, thank you for the channel messages. Was it Malcolm X's destiny to pass on while young? We have the 3 of Wands that came out in the upright. What's it name? Malcolm X's destiny to pass on young. No, it wasn't. We have the Four of Swords that came out in the upright. And I know some people read, when they get upright, they go straight to a yes answer. When they get reverse, they go straight to a no answer. I don't read like that. I read it based on the energy that I'm getting from the cards and what the cards are actually telling me. This Three of Wands is the energy of waiting. It's not telling me that, you know, oh, he had a rapid, you know, death coming on. Four of Swords, more energy of waiting. It's not telling me, oh, he had a rapid death coming towards him. So I do not believe that that was his destiny. In fact, I'm hearing that he would have survived another 40 years had he lived. Universe. I'm hearing would have passed in his 80s. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. What's he meant to? Die young. He need more energy. Yes. We have the Eight of Cups that came out in the upright. We have the King of Wands in the reverse. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles that came out in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I don't believe he was meant to die as soon as he was. I mean, I know there's also that, you know, rhetoric of, you know, we all go when we're supposed to go. I do have, that's a yes and a no for me, because like when there's certain cases in regards to when someone passes because of foolish actions, or once again, somebody passes because someone decides to violate them, that one, I don't feel like that's something that's written into our history and our destiny. You know, I don't feel like that's one of those, oh, that was in their karmic. Nah, I feel like it was more so, you know, unfortunate things happen in life, and sometimes we don't have proper explanations for it. This is one of those situations where, you know, aside from knowing the history of how he passed, that he was assassinated, and who assassinated him, it still doesn't have rhyme or reason as to why that had to be. That was definitely something that did not have to occur and should not have occurred. So that's what I'm getting with that one. Was he supposed to pass as early as he did? Was he supposed to pass young at all? Like, would there have been some sickness, you know, some natural cause? Which in those cases, I do feel like, okay, if it's a natural cause that we could not have stopped prior to, then maybe, or some, you know, natural disaster we could not, you know, but I'm not picking up on that in any of these cards. And then even with the Eight of Cups, I told you I felt the energy of, you know, something about, I'm hearing something about in his 80s. Like, I feel like he would have reached his 80s or reached the very tipping point right before he got to 80. But he was destined to live out his life, you know, at least one full lifetime. And that's what I'm getting with that one. And so, last question I want to ask, because I feel like somebody is wondering this while they're watching this. Has his energy, his spirit returned? So has he chosen to reincarnate? And this is for those of you who believe in, you know, our spirits coming back to this 3D fleshly existence. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. Has Malcolm X's energy returned? Has he come back? Has his energy returned? Has he come back? Give me two cards, universe. What's going on with that? See what's that? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I'm hearing a no, 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 no. I'm hearing a not wanting to come back, especially during this time. I'm hearing the words more of the same. Like a disappointment in the fact that, you know, though we've made it far in history, there's been many things that has taken place, many developments, but not being surprised that there's more of the same from when he left this earthly realm. Like, you know, 1965 and 2001 in regards to the different political things that are going on within many different communities, not even just the Black community, you know, more of the same. It's like, you know, we've advanced in technology, we've advanced in the year, the decade, the millennium, but we have not advanced in many ways in ideology as a collective of the human race. That's what I'm hearing with that one. So I'm hearing a no, not wanting to come back. And I remember, if any of you remember seeing the poll that I did, but I actually did this poll on the channel because I was watching What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams, another amazing soul that, you know, left, in my opinion, this earthly realm way too soon. But to my understanding, he was definitely very depressed. Ooh, I'm hearing I should do a what if from him. He was very depressed, which, you know, a lot of times you get people who, especially our comedians who, you know, on the flip side, are dealing with a lot of severe depression. I never heard about because Robin Williams, like, I mean, I love me some comedy. That's like my top tier of anything. People who make me laugh. Robin Williams is definitely, you know, a fave comedian. And then another one who was also dealing with severe depression, you all, Jim Carrey. Love me some Jim Carrey. But also deals with severe depression. But yet when you think of, you know, who they are, it's like, how, you know, but, you know, it's interesting to say the least. But essentially, y'all, I forgot my train of thought. Look at me, I hate these tangents. Why I be going off on a tangent? Essentially, though, y'all, I really forgot my train of thought. Let me just keep on going with this reading. Maybe if it comes back to me, I don't know how I was looping Robin Williams into all of this, because it definitely was coming to mind. But essentially what I'm getting is a no in regards to he has not returned. His energy has not returned, universe. Thank you for the channel messages. Has this energy returned? Give me 2 more cards. We have Ace of Pentacles in the upright. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like no, foundationally, what he stood for, the spirit of that is still alive. I'm hearing there's more work that needs to be done. But at this point in time, I feel like the energy that we feel, if we feel energy from him and other great activist leaders, is more on an energetic level. Is, you know, them, you know, releasing the energy of their spirit upon the people, as opposed to choosing to come back to this earthly realm. So yeah, I know what I was saying about the right. See, look, it always comes back. Thank you, universe. So I did the poll on, for many of you, and I did it based on the movie What Dreams May Come. That's how Robin Williams got into all of this. Based on the movie What Dreams May Come, I asked many of you, you know, like, do you plan on coming back? You know, if you believe in reincarnation, do you plan on coming back? Do you want to come back? Do you see yourself coming back for another lifetime? Many of you said no. Many of you said, nah, I'm good, you know. Let me be an ancestor, you know. Let me just, you know, let me do my thing. Or some of you had me cracking up. It was, yeah, I'll come back, but not to this planet. Oh no. Like all this infinite space continuing galaxy, put me somewhere over there, preferably in paradise. And so that's what I'm getting in regards to Malcolm X's energy. Like, nah, we not coming back right now. Nah, not in this. But the energy of his energy, his spirit, and the spirit of others, you know, other very prominent activist leaders, you know, it's like it's bestowed upon the people. But I'm hearing it's up to us to fix it. Up to us as humanity to fix that, to be that change we want to see, you all. So all in all, you all, this is very interesting. Once again, shout out to the person who suggested this. If you all got suggestions of what if readings, I know I do a lot of entertainment based celebrity ones, because that's just where my mind be at. I love me some entertainment, but I'm also a history fan. So if you have any historical figures, I know somebody said, was it Thomas Jefferson? And somebody said, or was I thinking about doing Louis the Eighth, or whichever the king it was who chopped off all his wives' heads. That one, I've definitely been thinking about that. But anyway, you all, I don't know if I'm going to get to that one. I do know that I've been definitely toying with the idea of seriously doing one on Brandon Lee, the son of Bruce Lee. I've definitely, as a kid, I always wondered, like, oh my God, because I thought his death, his passing, y'all, was quite ominous, quite spooky. For those of you who don't know, Brandon Lee Bruce Lee's son passed on the set of his movie, the cult classic, The Crow. He was actually shot during one of the scenes where his character was getting shot, and come to find out, I believe it was either a real bullet in the gun, and because of Brandon Lee's death on the set of The Crow, now they have all guns tested in front of the actor. Whenever there's like scenes, you know, where you got to use guns and stuff like that, they're tested in front of the actor, and they're tested pre-hand, you know, before they get to any of like these shooting scenes, just to make sure, that's if they're not CGI and everything, but just to make sure that the actor, you know, that those unfortunate circumstances doesn't happen anymore. But definitely it's a lot of mystery surrounding that, and I've talked about it before in a live on this channel, but I feel like had Brandon Lee survived, he would have been what we know Keanu Reeves to be. And I am a huge Keanu Reeves fan, like, but I do think that would have been Brandon Lee's spot. Or maybe they would have both existed, but I feel like Brandon Lee would have been that person. And then if you think about it, Keanu, who already had that similar look to Brandon Lee, so it definitely isn't like a conspiracy in my opinion, but Keanu has a similar look to Brandon Lee. And you know how Hollywood is. When they like something, they like to replicate it 12 times over. But anyway, you all, let me know how you felt about this reading in the comment section below. Let me know any suggestions of who you would like to see or what if one in the future. And yeah, you all have a wonderful, beautiful day whenever you see this. I will catch you all on the next one. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.